Isaiah chapter 15. The burden of Moab. Surely Ar of Moab was destroyed and brought to silence in a night. Surely Kir of Moab was destroyed and brought to silence in a night. He shall go up to the temple and to Dibon, to the high places to weep. For Nebo and Medeba shall Moab howl. Upon all their heads shall be baldness, and every beard shaven. In their streets shall they be girded with sackcloth. On the tops of their houses and in their streets everyone shall howl, and come down with weeping. And Heshbon shall cry, and Elealeth, their voice shall be heard unto Jahaz. Therefore the warriors of Moab shall shout. The soul of everyone shall lament in himself. Mine heart shall cry for Moab. His fugitives shall flee unto Zoar, an heifer of 3 years old. For they shall go up with weeping by the mounting up of the heath, and by the way of Horonaim they shall raise up a cry of destruction. For the waters of Nimrim shall be dried up. Therefore the grass is withered, the herbs consumed, and there was no green herb. Therefore what every man hath left, and their substance shall they bear to the brook the willows. For the cry went round about the borders of Moab, and the howling thereof unto Eglaim, and the shrieking thereof unto Beer Elim, because the waters of Dimon shall be full of blood. For I will bring more upon Dimon, even lions upon him that escapeth of Moab, and to the remnant of the land. Isaiah 16. Send ye a lamb to the ruler of the world from the rock of the wilderness, unto the mountain of the daughter of Zion. For it shall be as a bird that flieth, and a nest forsaken. The daughters of Moab shall be at the fords of Arnon. Gather a council, execute judgment. Make thy shadows as the night in the midday. Hide them that are chased out. Bewray not him that is fled. Let my banished dwell with thee. Moab, be thou their covert from the face of the destroyer. For the extortioner shall end, the destroyer shall be consumed, and the oppressor shall cease out of the land. And in mercy shall the throne be prepared, and he shall sit upon it in steadfastness, in the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking judgment, and hasting justice. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even his pride and his arrogancy, and his indignation. But his lies shall not be so. Therefore shall Moab howl unto Moab. Everyone shall howl. For the foundations of Kir Hareseth shall be mourned, yet they shall be stricken. For the vineyards of Heshbon are cut down, and the vine of Sibmah. The lords of the heathen have broken the principal vines thereof. They are come unto Jazer. They wandered in the wilderness. Her goodly branches stretched out themselves, and went over the sea. Therefore will I weep with the weeping of Jazer, and the vine of Sibmah, O Heshbon. And Elealeh, I will make thee drunk with my tears, because upon thy summer fruit, and upon thy harvest, a shouting is fallen, and gladness is taken away, and joy out of the plentiful field. And in the vineyard shall there be no singing, nor shouting for joy. The treader shall not tread of wine in the winepresses. I have caused the rejoicing to cease. Wherefore my bowels shall sound like an harp for Moab, and mine inward parts for Kir Heres. And when it shall appear that Moab shall be weary of his high places, then shall he come to his temple to pray, but he shall not prevail. This is the word that the Lord hath spoken against Moab since that time. And now the Lord hath spoken, saying, In 3 years, as the years of an hireling, and the glory of Moab shall be contemned in all the great multitude, and the remnant shall be very small and feeble. Isaiah chapter 17. The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, for it shall be a ruinous heap. The cities of Aroer shall be forsaken, and they shall be for the flocks. For they shall lie there, and none shall make them afraid. The munition also shall cease from Ephraim, and the kingdom from Damascus. And the remnant of Aram shall be as the glory of the children of Israel, saith the Lord of hosts. And in that day the glory of Jacob shall be made clean. And it shall be, when the harvestman gathereth the corn, and reapeth the ears with his arm, he shall be as he that gathered the ears in the valley of Rephaim. Yet a gathering of grapes shall be left in it, as the shaking of an olive tree. 2 or 3 berries are in the top of the upmost boughs, or 4 or 5 in the high branches of the fruit thereof, saith the Lord God of Israel. At that day shall a man look to his Maker, and his eyes shall look to the Holy One of Israel. And he shall not look to the altars, the works of his own hands, neither shall he look to those things which his own fingers have made, as groves and images. In that day shall the cities of their strength be as the forsaking of boughs and branches, which they did forsake, because of the children of Israel, and there shall be desolation, because thou hast forgotten the God of thy salvation, and hast not remembered the God of thy strength. Therefore shalt thou set pleasant plants, and shalt graft strange vine branches. In the day shalt thou make thy plant to grow, and in the morning shalt thou make thy seed to flourish. But the harvest shall be gone in a day of possession, and there shall be a desperate sorrow. Ah, the multitude of many people, they shall make a sound like the noise of the sea, for the noise of the people shall make a sound like the noise of mighty waters. The people shall make a sound like the noise of many waters. But God shall rebuke them, and they shall flee far off, shall be chased as the chaff of the mountains before the wind, and as a rolling thing before the whirlwind. And lo, in the evening there is trouble, but afore the morning it is gone. This is the portion of them that spoil us, and the lot of them that rob us. Isaiah chapter 18. O the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, sending ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of reeds upon the waters, saying, Go, ye swift messengers, to a nation that is scattered abroad and spoiled, unto a terrible people from the beginning, even hitherto, a nation by little and little, even trodden under foot, whose land the floods have spoiled. All ye inhabitants of the world, and dwellers in the earth, shall see when he setteth up a sign in the mountains, and when he bloweth the trumpet, ye shall hear. For so the Lord said unto me, I will rest, and behold, in my tabernacle, as the heat drying up the rain, and as the cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For afore the harvest, when the flour is finished, and the fruit is ripening in the flower, then he shall cut down the branches with hooks, and shall take away and cut off the boughs. They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains, and to the beasts of the earth. For the fowls shall summer upon it, and every beast of the earth shall winter upon it. At that time shall a present be brought unto the Lord of hosts, a people that is scattered abroad and spoiled, and of a terrible people from their beginning hitherto, a nation by little and little even trodden under foot, whose land the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the Lord of hosts, even the Mount Zion.